Buongiorno, welcome to Puglia. Expat Lifestyle fans, welcome to Alberobello. Look at it, it's fantastic here. So I just want to show you where we're staying. Very, very cute. Let's go inside and check it out. Now, the accommodation here. Wi-Fi, air conditioning, flat screen TV, comfy bed. And the walk-in shower is really nice. Slippers, hairdryer, etc. And spacious for a Trullo. We can see there the two-seater sofa, kitchen table. The kitchen is fitted with a fridge, a stovetop and mini bar. With 1500 Trulli, Alberobello, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful villages in the region of Puglia in the south of Italy. And the historical origins of Alberobello date back to the end of the 15th century. It's a close walk to everything, and I'll include all the relevant details in the video description. And did I mention a nice little gift pack? Molto bene. Okay, so what do you think? 2 nights here in Alberobello, €428. Aren't they lovely? Sort of like like a fairyland. So there's the Trullo Sovrano. It's the only double-storey Trullo in Alberobello. So have a look at this. We've just gone in. Okay, so a bakery where they cooked bread. Look at all the little knickknacks. Trullo Sovrano is a spectacular 2-storey Trullo that is now used as a museum to showcase what life used to be like. Now, 12 Trulli were actually used in its creation back in the day, and this then allowed for the interior to be divided into several small rooms, all now reconstructed with furniture and tools according to the testimonies of the oldest inhabitants from Alberobello. Trullo Sovrano is the only Trullo built on 2 levels in the UNESCO listed village of Alberobello. So, experience what it must have been like to live in a Trullo as you explore this recreation, the living areas, the kitchen, the 2 bedrooms and the weaving area where the women worked. Oh, I just bumped my head twice. So the doors are quite low, as you can see, and I've just belted my head on that one. Now, it's only €2 to enter, so it's certainly one of my recommended things to do. Right, so obviously the main bedroom here, and what I like is this little spy hole that looked out to the front door. So if you didn't like who was at the door, they apparently fired a shot. That would scare them off pretty quick. Okay, there it is there, see? At the front door. A lot of bed and breakfast places, and some private ownership too, I believe. Little gift shops everywhere too, by the way. Now we arrived here midday on Saturday, and as you've seen, we just did a bit of a walk around ourselves to experience this wonderful part of Puglia, Alberobello. And then we met our tour guide from Get Your Guide, a small group tour, and it ended up just being my wife and myself. Very personalised service. Lorenzo was his name, and Lorenzo, a bit of a legend actually. We really enjoyed his informative tour. We learnt so much about the Trulli here in Alberobello. Hey, check out the following footage. This is a little bit of the tour that we did have with Lorenzo.
So, first of all, why? Why our grandfathers built those strange buildings with these stones? And the second with these long stones called chianche. So two roofs, one inside the other, and very thick walls keeps the Trullo very quite warm in the winter, quite fresh in the summer. There were also other tricks. For instance, look Trulli. There is something that you have in your house in Australia, in Florence, and here we have not. What in your opinion? What we don't have here?
Not as many windows?
It was not allowed to build windows, because if you build the window, the hot air enter in the summer, comes in the summer. The strong cold wind comes in the winter. So at the beginning, originally, it was not allowed to build windows. Then, when you take off stones from our quarries, stones at the beginning are total white.
Yes.
After 30-40 years became grey. So when you was driving or now if you see a white Trullo, it's not different, only just restored. As you imagine, Trulli outside looks like big, but inside Trulli are very, very small. Each Trullo inside is 10 square meter, that is about 90 square feet. It's very small, first. Second, all the Trulli are original of 16th, 17th century. So as you imagine, if it's possible, so but this is a thing that is decided by the town city hall. In Alberobello, for instance, young people, for people who inhabit here, to rent an house, to find an house to rent. It's the same problem of Florence, also in Florence. So for instance, look here, just restore there. But if you come here in 50 years,
It'll be
you will see this important.
Back to that grey colour.
Miami.
oh that sunset.
Lovely.
So you live in Florence now?
Yes.
Beautiful.
So I certainly do recommend that you do a walking tour. Why don't you include an aperitivo in there as well? Now we've just finished a Get Your Guide tour around the Trulli with Lorenzo. He was great. Now the tour concludes with an aperitivo, and that's where we are right now, so salute. So the thing to remember with the Trulli here in Puglia is that Puglia in Italian means no rain. So for most of the year there's very limited rainfall here, drinking water. You know, back in the day, 16th, 17th century. So what did the people do? Well, below the Trulli here, there's a huge underground cavern, like a well, I guess, where all the rainwater collected. And we can see here, can't we? So the rain fell off the roof, down to the drain, and went in underneath the Trulli. And that was their water storage. But you can imagine all of the other crap that was washed down into that water supply too. So you know what they did? They put an eel or two down into that water storage area too, because eels eat all the bad stuff in the water. And then in a year's time they'd fish that eel out because it had grown and eat it, replace that with a small eel, and so the cycle of life went on. Hey, sustainability back then. Hey, it's nice during the day, it's beautiful at night with all the lights on, but not that busy either. Have a look down there, that looks great. The romantic Trulli. Some Trulli renovations. You know when the roof's been redone because the stones are whiter, but in time they age and become quite grey, like we can see here. And here's our little home away from home at Alberobello. Okay, so we've just finished a lovely walk around the countryside that surrounds Alberobello. 25,000 steps, 18 kilometres, about 11.5 miles, I guess. So, my conclusion, I'm going in, I've got to put the feet up, have a drink. It's also wonderful sights. Check out this footage. So we're probably about 2 kilometres out of Alberobello, just going for a nice easy Sunday morning walk. I'll just show you where we are. The countryside around here is just lovely. And stone walls everywhere, not just in the Trulli, but as you can see, the fencing. Hey, we've got a beautiful morning. It is lovely out here. Look, if you could book weather, we've booked the perfect day, that's for sure. Now, I would consider this a renovator's delight. It's just about a kilometre outside of Alberobello. Let's go in and check it out. Someone is renovating. Can you imagine when this is finished? What do you think? So this is inside a Trulli that's being renovated. Wow. Now, so along the walk, we're seeing quite a few of the Trulli in a state of disrepair. Would we say this is a renovator's delight? The roof down, and we get a good idea of how thick the walls were. Our guide yesterday, we did a walking tour. I'm just looking at my wife there, we're both agreeing. Our guide yesterday, Lorenzo from Get Your Guide, he was great. He explained how the walls are really thick to keep the winter cold out, but also to keep the summer heat out as well. About 1 metre, 3 feet thick, the walls in the Trulli. Back on not a main road, but you know what I mean. Right, so I've just stopped at this olive tree, part of the olive grove here. These are black olives. Now apparently it's a variety of olive, and the fact that all the netting's down, see the netting? So they shake these olive trees and collect the olives from the netting. But obviously I'm not standing there shaking the tree. Maybe the farmer is, but I would imagine it's more mechanical these days. And our guide yesterday, Lorenzo, he was saying the olive trees, the big olive trees with that massive thick trunk, up to 2,000 years old. Right, so we're harvesting some olives just here. He's got the shaker, see it there? And catching all of those olives on the netting below him. So the rock, the shade, the green grass, the sun coming through. It is beautiful. Really enjoying this walk. There's a lot of old looking olive trees in there. Oh yes, there we go. Sorry to get excited about the size of the tree trunk, but if we're talking about trees 2,000 years old, that's just amazing, isn't it? Then you come along, the Trulli, it's just been taken over by nature. The doorway there. Oh, should I go in and have a quick look? Shall I go in and have a quick look? What do you think, everyone? Now, firstly, if I was in Australia, I wouldn't be doing this because I'd be scared of stepping on a snake. And snakes in Australia, one bite, hasta la vista, baby, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to stick my head in the doorway and just show you quickly what's inside. Cobwebs, bales of hay. There we go, one big farm storage. Someone, I guess, would have lived in here a long time ago. And the vista just keeps providing, doesn't it? Now that chimney's seen better days. So the walking trail continues. Lovely little wildflowers. I cannot tell you what they're called. It's the colour markers we follow. Now we're trying to head towards the aqueduct. The aqueduct was built in the early 1900s to deliver water to this region of Italy because Puglia in Italian means no rain. So Alberobello hardly gets any rain at all. So previously each Trulli used to have a big well underneath where they'd collect their own rainwater. The aqueduct delivered fresh water, I believe, all the way from Naples. It's nice. So, fresh water only available here in Alberobello since about 1914. Look, the advantage of living here in Italy, I think, well, I guess a lot of tourists would stay at Alberobello one night and sort of move on, but we're there 2 nights and we've got a day to really explore and do things like this, go for a walk. And I hope you're enjoying this walk around the Puglia countryside. I can tell you I am, for sure. Now, and if you have any questions at all and feedback, just drop it in the comments below. It's always greatly appreciated. Back to the walk. A little bit overgrown, isn't it? But there's a dog up the end, so someone's living there. So we're certainly off the beaten track. We're seeing some great countryside though, and we've got 100% confidence in Google Maps. Just got to make sure the phone battery doesn't go flat or reception dies, then we're in a bit of strife, but it's great. Look around. Different design, isn't it? So we're just walking along, and another old Trulli. I wonder what the history is there. Like, was that someone's little house? Vendesi, for sale. So there you go. You can get your own farmhouse, a fixer-upper. And this walk's been epic for seeing fantastic sights along the way. Look at the old driveway here. Another fixer-upper. Put in an offer, you never know. Surrounded by olive groves. And there we go, Alberobello. In the background, we're finally back. It's been a pretty solid walk too, by the way. Looking forward to putting our feet up. Expat Lifestyle with Bags. I hope you've enjoyed this episode down here in Puglia, southern Italy. As always, thumbs up, subscribe, bell notifications on. I'll see you next episode. Ciao.